today I want to talk about the colour grey. Colour, as I've mentioned before, is really important when you read tarot intuitively, because you can often be called to the colour in a spread. And grey is a colour that I'm actually called to quite often. I find it really an interesting colour in tarot, and it can tell you a lot when you stand back and have a look at a whole spread and see what colours are dominating. It can really give you an insight into the reading that you're doing. So what does grey signify? It can signify a few different things, and I'll just go through them. I've got quite a few cards out here, but hopefully this won't take too long. So it can definitely signify uncertainty, and I think it's most well seen for uncertainty in this group of cards here. You've got the Eight of Swords, and you're uncertain how to get out of a situation for sure. You've got a lot of grey in this card in the background. Five of Swords, which for me is around mind games, winning at all cost, and you've got this awful grey really in these clouds up here. There's a lot of uncertainty around that, and not a lot of wisdom playing in. You've got grey in the foreground here, this grey here in the Two of Swords, very much uncertain of what to do. And the Seven of Cards, for me, it's a card of confusion, and you can see the confusion coming through here. And then even in the Five of Cups and the Three of Swords, they're both really sad cards. And having a lot of grey in there really is, you think about when periods of sadness happen for you or something happens, it's very much why me, which is very natural. And I feel that's why there's so much grey in those cards. But look, it can also mean mystery. And if you have a look at the four aces here, we've got these cards are basically grey, the backgrounds. When you look at them, there's not a whole lot of colour otherwise, really, other than, some of the yellows. But if you call to the grey, it's the mystery of what's about to happen. And it's coming out of clouds of confusion for me here with these clouds. So the aces often represent new beginnings, and often you're not sure how that's going to happen. So it's really apt that that's like that. Structure is another thing that you'll find for grey, and the structure ones are down here. So we've got the Emperor. Emperor obviously is a pretty well-known card for structure, and there's lots of grey, even down to his armour on his boots, the grey of his throne, the concrete, lots and lots of structure. But the Empress, she's got structure in here too. There was structure to her achieving the abundance that's around her. But the Tower, okay, so the Tower shows you the structure failing. So you've got that grey there with the structure of the Tower, and, the foundations are crumbling. So I think that's a really good example too. Wisdom is a big one for me, for grey. And you can see it in these cards here, the Wheel of Fortune. You've got the grey in the clouds in the corner. They're all about learning, really. And the wise hermit pulling himself away to go and focus on his hopes and dreams. And you can see that there with the grey of his cloak, the wisdom in that. And even Judgment, you've got wisdom. You've almost done your full journey of the Arcana by the time you get to the Judgment card, and you've arrived. There's so much wisdom that you've gained on that journey, and you're being reborn here with all that wisdom to start. And look at that, it's just beautiful, and it's coming out again. Prince Gabriel, Archangel Gabriel here is coming over those clouds of confusion. And of course the Three of Pentacles is a card of learning, so there's lots of wisdom there as well. And then finally, intensity and neutrality. And I've got a few cards here to show you how that works. So neutrality, I think, is a good one for the Four of Pentacles. It's neither, it if you're called to the grey, it's really, it is what it is. And that's where I think it's neutral, because you need to tighten your belt, you need to curb your spending. It is what it is, and there's patience involved in that. And I think the Hanged Man is a bit similar. It is what it is, and you need some patience, and the outcome may be positive, may be negative, but that's what that is. It's very neutral. And then intensity. So you've got a lot of intensity here with the grey horse in the Knight of Cups. I mean, he's on a mission. He knows what he wants to do, and it's quite intense. And again, in the Eight of Pentacles, you know what you're working on, you're enjoying it, and you've got plenty of work to go, and you're quite intense about it. I mean, even your self-hammer is grey there, so you've got the intensity there. Look, that's how I read grey anyway. I hope you enjoyed that, and we've only got black and white to go, I think, in this series. Thanks, bye.